Hello, everybody. My name is Caesar.
And I'm Martha.
Welcome to the 35th episode of In a White Screen, where
Two idiots who know nothing about movies talk about movies.
I feel like we just did our 30th recently.
Yeah, but also like very far away.
Yeah.
Because we think we had two breaks in between.
We did take a few breaks in between. So speaking of those breaks, that's why you are getting 2 episodes this week. We're trying to play catch up. So I think we'll do okay with it this week.
Yes.
So I think it'll be fine.
Fine.
Martha,
See.
what question can you never answer yes to?
What question can you never answer yes to?
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, any question that's not a yes or no question. So that's obvious. But I feel like there's a specific answer that you should, I suppose this answer, or this question.
I mean, you can't answer yes to this question.
I mean, you can, but it wouldn't be appropriate. It wouldn't
But
be
literally,
right.
like, you can never answer... Yeah, you can never answer, like, yes to this question.
You can never answer yes to this question. Am I living in the universe of Yes Man? Well, like the opposite universe of Yes, like No Man?
So this is not, like, yes... No, it's not
No?
like that at
Okay.
all. No.
Well, I figured, movie podcast, tie it
That
all
would be a
in.
good... I should try to find, like, movie riddles, but I don't know if there's that many
I
out.
think it's probably
I think you're
like
going to find
3.
very limited... Right.
Okay, so what is something that you can't answer yes to? You can't answer yes to. When someone...
Are you asleep yet?
It's so good.
You always gotta poke fun at these questions. Honestly, I'm not even bothered by it because I would be hurt if I try to come up with some like clever question and you like destroyed it like you did just now.
Yeah.
But it's okay, I guess. It doesn't hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Anyway, so basically, usually we talk about for every episode what movie we talked about like this last week. But since we did 2 episodes, we didn't do that for the last episode. But Martha, you actually told me that you did watch a little bit this week.
I did.
Do you remember what you watched?
I did. I have them written down so I wouldn't forget. So I watched Home Alone 2 because we watched Home Alone in the last one.
So you just had to go to the sequel.
I had to watch the second one because I love it too much. And it was on TV and I was like, I'm not going to not watch it.
Can't turn it off at that point. It's Christmas, damn it.
So yeah, I watched Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. Greatest movie ever. Then I watched on Netflix Love Hard. I ended up watching that Christmas movie.
You did? You watched that?
Super cheesy. But it was cute.
Sure.
At least. Like
Kinda, yeah.
It did what a cheesy Christmas Netflix movie is supposed to do.
I agree.
Without going completely off the walls with like a baker turned spy and now there's triplets.
Oh.
So,
I guess it could, yeah. I mean, it feels like that slightly with the whole catfish pole thing.
Yeah.
But it doesn't go like too...
It doesn't go too crazy.
It goes about as crazy as I guess you would expect from one of these movies.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
Sure.
I chuckled a couple times watching it. So
Fair.
There were a lot of jokes that also fell flat,
Completely flat on their
its face. But, I think overall it wasn't a terrible movie.
Sure.
I'll leave it at that.
That's fair. That's fair.
And then the last one I saw was Elf.
Oh.
Which, funny enough.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
We'll get to that later. But yeah, I watched Elf. That's a classic. I love that movie.
Of course.
Watch it every year. That's usually the first Christmas movie I watch.
The first one? Is that... What's the last one you watched?
The last Christmas movie I watch, obviously.
I mean, at the end of the month, do you have like... So if you have Elf to kick off your Christmas, what movie do you end your Christmas with?
The movie that I end Christmas with.
Which one is that?
It's the movie.
Oh.
Obviously. Come on.
Whatever.
Keep up.
Okay. Well, those are good picks. In all 3 Christmas movies.
All 3 Christmas movies.
So you very much...
I'm getting into the spirit.
You just like to stay in the spirit, which is good. Yes. Okay. I actually did try to watch a few Christmas movies as well. Nothing too special, but just some Christmas movies that I heard of that I never watched before. So the first one I watched was this one, this really interesting Disney one. It's called I'll Be Home for Christmas.
I'll Be Home for Christmas. Oh, the one with the
His name's Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Thank you. Yeah, that guy.
That movie's...
It's very old.
It's a 90s one.
Yeah. Is it 90s? I thought it was
yeah,
early.
kind of ridiculous. I had a few chuckles, and I mean, I don't know. I would just say his character is just like a piece of shit throughout the whole thing, and at the end, he kind of redeems himself. It's kind of like, all right, whatever, Christmas.
I saw it once before, but it was a very long time ago, so I don't even remember it.
I wouldn't bother rewatching it. Gotcha. What else? I'm just thinking off the top of my head here. I watched this one called Four Christmases.
Oh,
Vince Vaughn and Reese
yeah,
Witherspoon.
yeah. I remember that.
Very let down by this one.
Yeah.
I thought it started off pretty good. Like I liked their chemistry, but then when they actually go visit their families, I could not be less
Yeah.
interested. Like it was just not funny.
Yeah.
Then I watched Unaccompanied Minors.
Unaccompanied minors.
Have you heard of this
That
one?
sounds familiar. Is it new or old?
No, it's older. It came out when we were kids.
Unaccompanied
I can pull up a
minors.
picture.
Is that the one with Joshua Rush? No, that's
Who's
Parental
Joshua
Guidance.
Rush?
The guy from the gay guy from Andy Mack.
Oh no, I don't know this one.
Oh, I've always seen.
So it's all these
Things
kids like
about
stuck
that?
in an airport,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah. You
You haven't seen that?
I haven't seen it though.
It's not bad. Actually, I didn't mind it. I think I would enjoy it a lot more if I was a kid, but I still like got a few. Like I got some entertainment value out of this. Here, actually, I'll save this picture so I remember to put in the edit later.
Okay.
Okay. And then what else? Wrong folder. I save them so I remember. Oh, I saw West Side Story. I got to see it a few days before it came out, and I really liked it. I would say it's one of my favorite movies of the year. Just the way it's presented, just gorgeous. I mean, Spielberg, he's never done a musical before. This was his first musical,
What?
but you could tell like this is clearly something he's been wanting to do for a long time, and I think he's like a director that can literally like any genre he wants to do, he will make it
It makes
work, and it'll be amazing. Only issues I had were just not even necessarily anything he did, just kind of the story itself. So I had never seen the original. So this was my first time experiencing the story and these characters, and some of the aspects of the story I couldn't quite grasp. But the music was good. The acting was great. I loved Rachel Zegler and Ariana DeBose. Like, they were so good. And Rita Moreno's in it, too, for a little bit. She's
Love
good. She has her own song, too, which is pretty cool.
She does.
Yeah, no, it was pretty good. It was more than pretty good. I think it was really, really good.
Okay.
I think you're going to see it show up in a lot of awards. And I think I would
Good,
say it
good,
deserves
good.
to be in that conversation, for sure.
Cool.
So, yeah. That's about it, though. And Polar Express, which
And
we are
Polar
talking
Express.
which we are talking about today. I did cram this in last night for watching this episode, as I usually do. Yeah, so let's just get into it. So this is directed by Robert Zemeckis. Have you heard this name before?
I've heard this name before.
So quite a filmography for this. I mean, he's done some pretty great stuff. So he directed the Back to the Future movies, all three of them. He did Who Framed Roger Rabbit,
Classic.
Forrest Gump,
Really?
Castaway,
Oh, wow.
and then after this he did the Jim Carrey's Christmas Carol,
Oh.
which makes sense with
Yeah, that makes
the
sense.
same style.
Yeah.
Do you remember that movie that came out last year called The Witches
Yeah.
with Anne Hathaway?
Ronald Dahl's. I
Yeah.
loved it. I
Yeah.
loved that one.
Did you really? I
loved
did not
it.
like that movie.
I thought it was so funny. It was
Okay.
so cute.
Yeah, he did that. And then, so his next movie is going to be a live-action remake of Pinocchio from Disney.
Pinocchio.
It's going to go Disney Plus, and it stars Tom Hanks. So clearly him and Tom Hanks have a very
They're buddies.
good relationship, as we can see with this one.
Buddy.
Because, yeah. And speaking of Tom Hanks, this stars Tom Hanks, and I literally just wrote down and a couple more kids and adults in this, because this is really just the Tom Hanks show on display. I mean,
Yeah. I did write that down at one point. I was like, he carried this movie.
This is he
He's-
literally carried. It's not even like, you know how it's like you have one great actor and the rest are like kind of meh. No, literally he's like the only
He
person.
literally
he's like
is the only-
He's carrying this on his back. There's literally no
He's
one
the
else
only
in
adult
this.
because he's the conductor. He's Santa Claus. He's the narrator. He's
Yes.
also the ghost
He's
and
the-
the dad.
Yeah, the ghost. Yeah, exactly.
He's like all of the
all of
characters.
them. I'm surprised. He also did actually like the motion capture for the boy.
Really?
He didn't do his voice, but he like did the motions for
Just
his.
did everything.
Yeah, he did a
This
lot.
is a one-man show.
I actually read that they were trying to get him. Originally, their idea was for him to play all the parts, but it was just too much work.
I would have loved to see that.
I would have loved to see that version of Polar Express.
The Polar Express starring Tom Hanks and only Tom Hanks.
Is basically. No, there's a few other actors in here, but yeah.
That's so funny.
This was released on November 10th, 2004.
Okay.
$165 million this movie cost to make. It's a shit ton of money. And it
Wow.
grossed $314 million worldwide. So I don't know if it made enough to make a profit, but you know, a lot of people did see it. 3 Academy Award nominations this actually got. The 77th Oscars. Nominated for Best Original Song for Believe.
Oh,
And then Best Sound Editing and Best Sound Mixing
okay.
at the Oscars.
Okay.
Synopsis reads, when a doubting young boy takes an extraordinary train ride to the North Pole, he embarks on a journey of self-discovery that shows him that the wonder of life never fades for those who believe.
If you just
So that's bro. Who beat that shit? Who beat that at the Oscars? Because that, I get the Sound Awards, fine. Who beat Believe for that category? Because how? Come on, how? Awards, original song. Where are you? Some song from this movie called The Motorcycle Diaries. Accidentally in Love from Shrek 2 was nominated.
What?
Okay, I see. If that beat it, I would understand it.
Yeah, but like, what is this? What is?
I don't know this movie.
Al otro lado.
Oh, is that Gael Garcia Bernal? Oh.
Spanish.
It's a Spanish movie. Okay. Is it good?
Okay.
Oh, I might try. That's how we discover movies.
That's how we discover movies. Add it to the list.
Add it to the list. Next week's episode. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, so yeah, just like Home Alone, this for me was a childhood movie for sure. Definitely nostalgic. I mean, I think just the look of this movie feels more Christmassy, I think, than almost every other Christmas movie out there, except maybe The Grinch for me.
Yeah.
Like those movies like immediately suck you into Christmas from the beginning. I feel like, I guess.
Really, I feel like there's a lot of other Christmas movies that beat it out.
In terms of like
Elf.
Yeah, I guess so. But I guess because a lot of the movie takes place in the real world, and these ones are like almost entirely like fantasy.
Yeah, but like Christmas in New York is like Christmas to the max.
I guess, but I also feel like you're a little biased to New York.
Yeah, but even then, it's still.
What I mean is like these movies conflict. Like the whole production design of the movie is like some kind of Christmas wonderland that we're not.
I see what you mean. Yeah,
I think you love New York a little too much.
I think I have a anti-bias against this movie because I.
Oh well, you want to just get into it now? Why?
I do not like it. It's boring. And it's terrifying.
So you like don't like it?
I don't like it. Okay. I've seen it several times because this was like a Christmas staple in like every Christmas party growing up in elementary school where we would do like the teachers would make hot chocolate for all the kids and then we'd watch the Polar Express like every year. I never liked it. I still do not like this movie.
So even as a kid, you didn't really like this.
I didn't like it. I never liked it.
I liked this more when I was a kid. I will say I still do like it today. I don't love this movie though. I like it, but I never. It's interesting though that there was even when you were a kid, like it did not work for you.
It did not work for me. Did not click. Okay. I don't know. So,
I will say though, this was out of all the times I watched this, I enjoyed this the least. On this watch.
Okay.
I have a lot. I've complained about a lot of shit.
Okay.
So let's just jump into it. Yeah, I will. So obviously, like you kind of what you said, the animation style. It does look kind of creepy.
It's that uncanny valley of it's like it's almost human, but it's not.
Not quite.
And it's terrifying.
It is.
It's so creepy.
Yeah, and as you see, we've seen this animation. So Robert Zemeckis, like I said, he's done this with A Christmas Carol too. He's done this motion capture kind of animation style. So the purpose is to kind of have this realistic looking animation, but it's like something's missing. So where it's like kind of, I don't know. But we start off with this lead boy. So we never know his name. But in the credits, he's known as Hero Boy. That's the name. That's the name they give him.
I think that's another reason why I don't like it. You can't have a connection to any of these characters
because they don't know their name.
Also, I hate every single character in this movie.
Every single one.
Yeah.
I kind of fucked with the conductor.
Nah, even him. I didn't like him. I did not like any character in this movie. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be Scrooge. In this episode.
Scrooge with this.
I do not like this movie.
You know why this is annoying me? Because I don't even like this movie that much. But now you
want to defend it.
I'm defending it now. And I'm not even the biggest fan of this movie, but like I'm defending it now. I'm like, damn.
It didn't click with me as a kid. Doesn't click with me now. I'm just gonna shit on this movie.
Okay.
This is what this episode is gonna be. Let me get this out. Well, like at the beginning.
Just get it out the way.
Yeah, like if you love this movie, I'm sorry.
She's gonna tear it to pieces.
I'm gonna tear it to pieces, and like, rightfully so. I'm just saying. So.
God damn.
Yeah.
All right. Basically, so yes, we start off with the lead boy, and basically from the beginning, he just doesn't have the faith in Santa. Like he just doesn't believe. Very doubtful the existence.
So much so that he's like this whole conspirator and has like
all his books and
bit of an obsession with trying to discover whether Santa's real.
Right. Yeah, it's like wow.
Like either just like believe it in or don't.
Yeah.
Chill out with all that.
Do you like the score in this movie? The music?
Yes. Okay. I will say music. I do.
I think the score here is really good, especially. I think, I mean, obviously there's moments where all the adventures going on, it's like very loud and everything, but I even like the quiet moments of the score. It's very peaceful to me. I could listen to it at night, honestly. Yeah.
Although, like, with, like, not so much score, but just, like, background music of, like, the whole beginning was just weirdly eerie and
It does have a dark kind of feel, which is, I found that interesting. I don't know how I feel about it. Like, it's supposed to be like a kid's Christmas movie, but also kind of a dark kind of.
That's what I'm saying. Like it always had.
But it's interesting. I don't know. Yeah.
Which doesn't make sense to me. Why I don't like this movie. I'm trying to figure out why.
I didn't think you would. I don't think I ever expected that you would love it, but I thought you would like it. It seems like something up your alley.
It seems like it would be, but no.
So I wonder why. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure as we get into this, you'll be able to talk about more why it didn't click. But okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. Also, too, that time when they check on him and he's like, "Oh, he's out like a light." My parents went out falling for that shit.
My parents never came to check on me. Oh. They said they closed the door and they were like, "Let's just hope that she falls asleep."
Well, even if you didn't, that train's coming.
That train's coming.
It's a loud ass fucking train.
I wouldn't have slept through it, but I would have been like, "Huh, that's weird. I'm going back to sleep." I would have not have gone to investigate.
Even though there's no train track in front of your house.
Yeah, I just would have been like, "That's weird." Anyway, going back to sleep.
And then he rips his robe as he's running out. You know that's just going to come back into the plot later. Of
course, yeah.
But I will say when the train does pull up and you get like this shot of him standing and all the fog coming.
Yeah.
I thought it looked
that is.
I mean,
cool.
Isn't that the cover of the
Yeah, it is.
But it's great. Like obviously that's why that's the cover, right?
It does look cool. Yeah. So there are some shots in it where it's just like cinematically.
Yeah.
It stands out.
Yes. I think the animation when it comes to like the landscapes and like all the setting looks great. When it comes to the people, it's a little different story. So Tom Hanks. So this is when the first time actually technically you hear Tom Hanks first as the narrator as it starts, but the first time you see him, his character is the conductor pulling up. First of all, keep your ass in check because there's people trying to sleep. I don't know why he's screaming down.
I know he's screaming down the middle of the street.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean to be fair, I don't think like adults or like anyone else that isn't meant to ride this train can hear him.
Hear it, yeah.
But still, have some respect.
Because yeah, right. What I'm saying. But yeah, so actually, as a kid, I knew he was a conductor, but I had no idea until a few years ago that though he did all those other voices. So to me, when I think Tom Hanks, I only thought the conductor.
Yeah, I was surprised too when I like started picking up on all those.
Yeah, and then have you seen the footage of him like doing the other performances?
I have seen a video of him doing in the suit
in the motion capture. Yeah,
but that was it.
It's so cool. I'm like, okay, Tom.
Way to go. Yeah. Yes, sir.
And so it just makes me wonder. So basically, like you're saying, the Polar Express is only destined for certain kids to get on. But it's like, at first I thought, okay, maybe it's only for the kids who don't believe. But there's kids on there who do believe. So I'm like, so who are they trying to get on this train?
That's why I didn't quite understand that either. Like, I was under the impression that it was for, like, people who are kind of, like, on the edge.
On the fence, yeah.
And it's like, is Christmas...
You know, like, go see... We're going to take you to see Santa, so we make sure your ass believes.
Yeah.
But it's not that, because there's the girl that he meets, like, clearly believes in Santa.
Yeah, she's, like...
Yeah.
Gung-ho about
she's, like, fucking, like... Yeah, Santa freak.
So. Santa freak, yeah. I don't know, if anyone's a freak about Santa, it's this kid. Because, like, he's the one that has, like, a drawer full of...
You're right. That's very fair.
Like, stuff about him, so...
But anyway, he does decide to get on the train. And he sees this girl giving him these like lovey-dovey eyes. It's kind of
nightmare children. This is nightmare children. The way that like she's just staring at him,
just like. And then you have that kid in the glasses.
I think he is the source of my anger towards this movie. I think it is all directed at him, and it's just and it just spreads throughout the whole movie. I cannot stand this kid.
So the kid, okay. This kid in the fucking glasses, he's supposed to be annoying, right? Like, clearly they designed that. But I feel like they think that they're doing it in a way that it's funny.
It's, like, charming.
It's, like,
in
charming.
Some way. No.
He's annoying as fuck.
It's so annoying.
He's annoying as fuck. He's very fucking annoying. You know what kind of train this is? Do you? Shut the fuck up. And also, he looks like me, so it annoys me. It pisses me off even more.
That makes it so much better.
You're like, you know what? 9 out of 10. No, I'm kidding.
On second thought, I love this movie.
Anyways, yeah.
Wow.
So the train continues, and then they make like one last stop at this little boy's house.
Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle.
I haven't seen Malcolm in the Middle. Actually.
Okay, well, look up the little kid, the youngest brother in Malcolm in the Middle, Dewey.
I'll do it right now.
It's literally him. It is hilarious. I have always thought that, even as a kid, because I loved Malcolm in the Middle. It's exactly him. It is him. So throughout the rest of this episode, I will only be referring to him as Dewey.
Which I think it's interesting if you do that, because I think he's the only kid whose name we learn.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
His name's Billy, but no, his name's not Billy anymore.
It's Dewey.
It's Dewey.
That's his name.
So he also kind of second guesses his getting on the train, but then they go and he starts running. But the kid hurries up eventually and runs. He falls down and everything. But he did get on. He got on, but he gets on. He doesn't want to be around anyone. He just goes isolates himself in the other train car.
Right? Yeah.
So I'm just like, okay.
But honestly, that'd be me.
Fair.
I'd show up and be like, I'm not vibing with anyone in this train. I'm gonna go hang out back here.
Basically.
So.
So something that does bother me already that actually I didn't really pay too much attention before when I would watch this when I was younger is like we said, when it comes to animation, like how uncanny Valley and everything. The animation, honestly, like the way it's animated isn't bad, except really when it comes to their mouths.
Yes.
It does not sync up at all with what they're saying, and it threw me off so much because everything else is like, okay, I get it, like you did a good job, but how do you not?
I watched most of this movie looking in another direction.
Right, it's because the more you look at their mouth, it's just distracting.
I couldn't do it.
Because the rest of the animation does look impressive, but well,
for the time, yes.
Right. But for what they were able to accomplish at the time, it's impressive. But when it comes to like their mouths, it's like you couldn't nail that. Like that's especially when you're doing motion capture, bro.
Right?
You couldn't nail like the movement of their mouths.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I couldn't.
I mean, I kind of got over it later because like you said, I kind of just looked at everything else but their mouths. But I was just like, it did throw me off.
Yeah.
And I will say some of the, and then you get into the hot chocolate.
Iconic hot chocolate scene.
You like the scene?
No.
Oh. I mean, you can't say you can't say it's iconic, I guess, and not have iconic feeling towards it. I don't really care for the sequence too much.
I hate it, but like it's like the most popular.
Okay,
scene.
But it is kind of a banger. That song, no?
Hot chocolate.
Yo, hot, we got it. Yo, hot, yo, we got it. Like
exactly.
It's kind of a banger.
It's kind of a banger.
Come on, it is.
I
mean, we love hot cocoa here. I love hot chocolate so much.
I do love hot chocolate. Ooh, with some peppermint.
You do pepper? Okay, I don't do anything crazy. I do add some cinnamon.
Ooh, that's good. Some abuelita chocolate is the absolute.
I haven't had that, but I've heard great.
Yes, you have. I made it for you.
Okay, how long ago was this?
Like, maybe like
3 or 4 years ago.
4 years ago.
So I need to try this again.
Okay,
I can't remember, but it was good. You do it with milk, right? Okay.
Well, sometimes.
You do it with water?
I don't like milk. So it really depends.
But with water, it doesn't just sound right.
Yeah, but sometimes it's too rich if it's with milk, and I have to be in a mood.
It depends on maybe what milk you're using. Do you use like what kind of milk do you have here? Like
milk.
What kind of
milk?
All right. Anyways, fat-free milk, y'all. Try it. It's good.
Fat-free.
Lactose-free. It has actually helped me very much.
I just bought banana milk the other day.
Banana milk? What is that?
It's milk, but it's banana.
I know, but I've never heard of that.
It's not good. It tastes like milk with a hint of banana. But I don't like milk, so.
You like bananas.
But I love bananas.
So why not just eat bananas?
I was fooled into thinking that it would be good. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anywho. So he realizes that this girl has lost her ticket. So he's trying to cross cars to get this ticket to the girl on the other train.
Yeah.
Because what happened was the kid was on the other train, so there was hot chocolate for him. She saved the hot chocolate for him, so she went to go bring it to him, and then she lost her ticket. But motherfucker, that ticket in your hand is gonna blow away.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, it fucking does.
Yeah, but he very much could have just like waited. Like it's not like he was. I don't know. Just everything about it that was.
You could have just waited a little bit. Like they're not gonna stay on the train the rest of the way.
I have a theory that he was just like he like played like a spy or something, and just like tried to like ruin this whole trip. Because
he's already questioning. He already is like, fuck Santa. I don't believe in Santa. So maybe he sees his opportunity on this trip. You know what?
We ruin this for everybody here.
Fuck this up for everybody else.
Because he's the one that like stops the train the first time to help Dewey. All right, and then now he's going and losing this girl's ticket. He's doing everything he's not supposed to do.
You're right.
So I think he's, I don't like him.
Yeah.
They call him Hero Kid, but he is no hero.
Hero Boy.
He's not Hero Boy.
He ain't no hero boy.
He is Double Agent Boy.
He's 007 basically.
Yeah, but less cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I will say though, when the ticket gets lost from him, I do love how it's animated, like the way it follows.
It goes through a journey.
It goes through so much shit. I thought after the damn bird swallowed it that it was gone for.
Nope. He spits it back up.
Spits it back out, and that ticket just goes back into his hands with all the, nasty...
Right? Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it was washed out in the snow, but that ticket should have, fallen apart.
How is it still in pristine condition by the time?
It's like, I don't know.
It's magic, anyway. It gets back on the train, and it's through the air vent, but these kids, of course, are fucking blind, so nobody sees it.
Yeah.
He catches it, though, right before
they're about to throw her
ass off the train.
Which I was really hoping for, because she freaked me out the first time I saw her.
Why?
Did you see that stare?
Oh, with the stare, yeah.
That was terrifying.
He's like...
No.
Like, no, kick her off.
Please throw all these children off. Also, let's talk about the legality of this movie, of just coming in the middle of the night and taking all of these children from their homes.
Like, is this not like
this is both
group?
Child endangerment and kidnapping.
It's not kidnapping like of a group. It's like a organized kidnapping ring or something.
And they all just blindly follow. And they're like, yeah, I trust this guy. He says, going to the North Pole. We're going to the North Pole.
Do you think it's like a allegory for like Jesus and his like followers?
Jesus and his followers just blindly follow Jesus.
They just blindly follow Jesus.
Well, because it is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Christmas. Yeah.
Chrysler. Right.
Mary Chrysler.
Anyway. So then he ends up basically about on the top of the train because he's looking for the girl. He's like, I got your ticket, waving it like it's not gonna fly off again.
But here's my next problem with that.
Right. What's up?
Why are you crossing the train on top of the train? Why don't you? Here's an idea.
Why would you?
Why don't you go through the doors?
No, because he goes up and he sees that like the shadows have been walking on top.
Why are they going up on top of the train?
Oh, I don't know if they were. It was just kind of just something he like a ghost.
No, they were. There was he was holding her hand at the lantern.
With the lantern.
It was established. Where else would they have gone? They went on top of the.
They could have gone under. Honestly,
there's no reason. Once again, child endangerment.
It's fair.
Come on now.
Yeah, but anyway, he runs into this crazy ass hobo guy, and of course it's Tom Hanks again.
Hobo Ghost.
Hobo Ghost. We love it.
I take it back. If there's one character I like in this movie, it's this guy.
You like him?
I like him.
Okay.
I like the Hobo Ghost.
I'm glad you like something. And I do appreciate though seeing Tom Hanks play this other character. Like he's done a good job of making all these characters play feel like their own characters.
Yes.
Which is very impressive.
Yes.
And I will give that to him. And I'm sure a lot of that comes through with his physical acting too, with the motion capture, and then his voice too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I started thinking about it around this scene. Like, do you have an interpretation about whether like all this was a dream or like this had actually happened?
That's a good question. One that I have not put enough thought into.
Because I didn't think you cared enough to do it.
Because I didn't care enough to do it.
But now that I'm asking you, do you have any thoughts on it?
I think so, yeah. I think that this was...
all a dream?
This was all a dream. This was his subconscious. Not self-conscious. This was his subconscious.
This was his self-conscious.
Trying to... Because he was clearly...
Because he's very subconscious about his...
He's very self-conscious about his feelings on Santa. He's a closeted Santa freak, which is why he hides all that stuff.
He's deep, like buried it very deep down.
So he's... Yeah, I think he emotionally... Because Christmas and like believing in Santa Claus as a kid is like it's a very interesting time because it gives you something to believe in. You know, when you're a kid, you just you believe in a lot, and it's nice to just be naive and be happy and joyful by that. And then going through it now and like being told that it was like a lie or like slowly figuring it out yourself, and him just like struggling with that internally, where it's like. Is something that I have found so much joy in, for it to just not be real.
Not be real, yeah.
Like, could that be a possibility? And I think, and when kids find out certain truths like this, part of their adolescence and just like that inner child just like breaks off a bit.
Yeah.
As they're slowly entering into, a more realistic viewpoint.
Point of the world.
Yeah. And so I think this is probably subconscious. Why am I struggling so much with that? Subconscious dream of him trying to figure out like where he stands on this, like where he wants to believe it.
That makes sense. Yeah. Okay. I have a little more. Once we get to the end, I'll kind of have an idea what I feel about all that. But they're on this train. They go through a bunch of crazy shit, like crazy chases.
Crazy.
Somehow they're in the front of the fucking train.
This is more of an action Christmas movie than Die Hard. Yeah.
Have you seen Die Hard?
No.
Okay, just making sure. I honestly could not tell if you're before. So then all the caribous are in the way. They got to break like
caribou. I don't know why.
What is that from?
That it was literally in the movie.
Oh, the way he said it?
The way he says it, he's like, caribou.
Oh.
That line has stuck with me. And like, I think about that line often, even though it's not Christmas time.
Sometimes you're just walking around like in the middle of summer.
And I just think about
caribou.
I don't know why, but that is the one line from this movie that has stuck in my head, and I can't get it out no matter how hard I try.
I'm sorry I brought it up because I really didn't need to.
Yeah, it adds no value to this movie.
Yes, but they do clear the tracks and they keep going. The little moment though that I do love throughout all of this is that little moment of him pulling the whistle and him saying like, oh, he's always wanted to do that, because you could see for a little bit
it pulls into the childhood innocence and
like
everything,
the moment of believing. So I like that little moment. Then it suddenly turns into like a roller coaster, which I will say, I wondered if they like, if anywhere in the world they've made this into some kind of roller coaster or something.
Yeah, I considered that too. I was like, it must be.
I'm like, this looks fun.
Yeah, this is it's not a Disney movie, so.
No, it's Warner Brothers.
Okay.
So it could
be maybe
at Six Flags.
Maybe at I was gonna say Universal.
Well, okay, so I did do some research though, because there's a few moments in this movie that it's kind of like roller coaster moments. So during the seasonal times at Universal, they did have a Polar Express kind of simulator ride. And after a while, they took it out. But I'm like, why? It's like the best thing you could have done for Christmas. But like I said, it's Warner Brothers, and Six Flags has Warner Brothers stuff. I'm like, okay, Six Flags, it's your opportunity. Because as far as I haven't been to Six Flags here for Christmas, but I hear it's pretty lacking in that department when it comes to Christmas. This is your opportunity.
I go to SeaWorld for Christmas.
I don't support them.
I'm sorry.
I used to work for Aquatica, so.
Right.
But I worked at the water park side, not the.
I don't go there. I'm terrified of water. I'm terrified of a lot of things. If you couldn't tell.
Clearly, you're terrified of just the way they look in this, which honestly I don't blame you.
Who isn't?
Right.
Yeah. So this little roller coaster ride for some reason.
Well, then it turns to ice, that track.
Yeah.
And then it cracks, and then they hit the glacier, and they're just swaying like this. They're just flying all around. That's fucking scary. Like, why? If you're a kid on this train, like, you want to go through all of that just to believe?
Right?
No, fuck that.
And so here's another thing. Who leaves a child in charge of a train? Because they
actually did. Okay, well, honestly, when she said that they left me in charge, I thought she was just fucking around for a second.
Nope.
But no, they actually left her in charge.
Left her in charge of the train. In fact, they were, and once they were like trying to guide them through the caribou, they were like key parts of trying to get them back on track.
Yeah.
They relied on these children. Like, what? Once again, child endangerment.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I don't get it. Anywho.
The logistics of this movie are like, come on now.
Yeah. I don't get it. Like, this is not a magical train ride. Like, this is all terrifying.
I know.
Like, what is happening?
It's just scary.
They have been near death situations so many times just to see Santa Claus. Fuck that. I know.
And have we gotten to? We have not gotten to the Hall of Creepy Toys.
No, I'm about to get to that.
Okay.
Before we get to that, though, Tom Hanks basically says what's kind of the whole message of the movie in one line. Seeing is believing, and sometimes the most real things in the world are the things that we can't see.
Like love. Tying it back to Interstellar.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's basically your message of the movie. But yeah, you get onto all those creepy toys. I don't really know why they're there.
I do like that scene though.
Of course, it's fucking creepy. And then the little girl's like, "Oh, look at how these toys have been treated. Like, why?" I'm like, "They look fucking creepy. Of course, they're scary. Of course, they're treated like that.
Why would anyone want that?
And keep them around? Of course, this little girl would with her eyes like this.
She's like, they look just like me.
Yeah, basically. And then just as I'm thinking like how creepy they look, then that little Scrooge little puppet starts talking because the ghost is controlling him, and it's actually Tom Hanks doing that Scrooge thing too, which is funny. But just like, okay,
how is this a kids movie?
It's
how
for the few magical seconds at the end where they meet Santa. I guess.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Why were they showing this to us in elementary school? Is this why I am the way I am?
I don't know.
That could be it.
But you don't like it, so
that's true.
Anywho, and then out of nowhere, this little shy kid that doesn't talk to anyone, the antisocial ass, Dewey, sorry. Excuse me.
If you're gonna call him by his name, call him by his name. Dewey.
He's a fucking singer out of nowhere. And then the girl's a singer too. Like, this is the Polar Express musical now. And honestly,
only like 2 songs.
I wouldn't mind this as much, but the song sucks. I'm sorry.
It's not good.
It's not a good song. And like I understand the details of what they're imagining, like in the sky, like it's cute and all, but like the song blows. It's not good.
It's not good. It's boring.
Their singing's not good. It's just like and it feels like I'm waiting for this to be over. Like it's just like wasted 5 minutes.
I was waiting for this movie to be over when it started.
Okay, that's a little. You hate this thing.
I hate it.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, just in terms of, I will just say though, with all the problems that are in this, I do have to give Zemeckis some credit because this is ambitious as hell.
Yeah.
Like the style in which he made it and everything like that. I'm like I said, not 100% on board with the way it's animated or anything like that, but it's ambitious, so I'll give him credit for that. And that's basically like the end of the first half, but the whole second half is in the North Pole.
Yeah.
When I was little, I thought they got to the North Pole like towards the end of the movie. I did not remember the whole second half was North Pole action.
This is the second half. I thought this was just the end of the movie.
No.
Again, I stopped paying attention after a while.
Well, we'll kind of speed through it because it's literally just a bunch of chaos till they meet Santa. So, the glasses kid being annoying as hell again, and then I was just Then I was really starting to get annoyed with this fucking Dewey kid.
Yeah, they're doing a little too much for Dewey.
I did not fucking like Dewey. I'm sorry. He's supposed to be this like kind of like
shy kid, but he's also like, give me my present,
he's a fucking brat. And here's what I gotta say about that. So why the hell would you go on the train? So they get to North Pole. He doesn't want to see Santa. He doesn't want to talk to anybody. Why the fuck did you come?
Why did you get
on the train? Makes no damn sense. And he's like, Christmas doesn't work out for me. Like, it just never works out. Then stay home. It wasn't going to work. If Christmas does not work out for you, then it was not going to work out in the North Pole where the headquarters of Christmas is. It was not going to work out for you. But anyway. Yeah. But then their train car lets loose and they're just separated. So that's whatever.
And unfortunately, they live.
Yes, because there are plenty of near-death opportunities for these kids. I do remember them being on these spinny thing or whatever.
Yeah.
These kids should have fallen into deaths, but they don't. You know you're not going to because it's all magical and believing and all that kind of stuff. And then I do remember, so kind of back to this whole kind of dark theme of it.
Okay.
I remember this record
scene
this
scared me the most. And I think this was the scene that scarred me as a child watching this.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Like, what are we now? A horror movie? So first this is fantasy, and then it's a musical, and now it's a horror movie.
It's so scary.
What are you doing? Pick a genre. Because it's like
it's a real kid. It's a real human. In this movie of almost humans, and it's just so cool. It's
just like this town is a ghost town. The music's just playing all quiet and creepy. It's just like, what the hell? And then they get to like kind of the headquarters, like where all the elves are. They got cameras on these kids. There's a fucking NSA with like surveillance. I'm like, what?
It's not right.
What is going on?
It's not right. It's not right.
But then they get through all that. They get on this pneumatic thing, which is like a short little roller coaster ride on its own. It's just pretty quick. And I could not understand what the fuck this Billy, I'm sorry, that's not your name. Dewey. What the hell he was on. So, first of all, he doesn't get on the right damn platform for a second. And then he finds his gift, has to jump on it. And that's when he starts believing. Now he loves Christmas.
I get a present?
He got a present now because he loves fucking Christmas. I don't like this fucking kid, like motherfucker. And then they're like, okay, Billy, put the thing back. Like, it's Santa's thing.
Yeah. I don't want it.
Christmas is literally 2 hours away.
You can't wait 2 hours.
You cannot wait a few hours to get your damn gift.
Come on.
I'm sorry. Okay, take your gift and risk losing it forever, or wait 2 hours and get your gift. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, Dewey.
Anyway.
Dewey.
But now they're in Santa's bag of gifts. They're floating off. This motherfucker. Okay, then there's a part where they're trying to get out of the bag, and he's like, "Give me your other hand." He's like, "I can't," because he's holding on to the fucking present.
Right.
I'm like, either your life or this gift.
Yeah. Like, I literally wrote, I was like, drop a present or drown in boxes.
Like,
die, right. Definitely.
Die. My God, man, let it go. You're getting it tomorrow. You're getting the damn gift tomorrow, and then if you don't think it'll get worse, the fucking glasses kid is in there.
Of course he's there.
Of course he's in there. There cannot be more annoying right now.
I like that at the beginning of this, you were like, I'm going to try and defend this movie. You have given up on that entirely.
No. I'll bring it. Okay, I will say a lot of why it works because I do like the ending of this. So, but this section right here was just like, I was kind of, no. This is the reason, this section is why it's not higher, I would say, is this whole thing. Because at this point, I'm just like, just get to Santa already. Okay. Anyway. There's just so much chaos going on at the North Pole, and no one's freaking out at the North Pole. Like, does this happen every year?
Yeah. Also, the elves are creepy.
They are creepy.
They're so creepy.
They look.
That guy, one of the elves that was like, "Trust me," and it's like he sounds like he smokes 3 packs a day. I'm not gonna trust you.
I'm not trusting you, bro. What the hell is wrong with you?
He's so terrifying.
Absolutely not. Like, it's just absolutely chaotic at the North Pole. They do not have their shit together, and this happens clearly every year. Billy, man, I'm fucking hell. His name's not Billy. Dewey. You're not gonna lose your gift. Like, I was even thinking to myself, like, dude, you're not even owed a gift. Like, why are you acting like you are taking for granted the fact that you are getting it? You could have gotten coal.
Yeah. They all deserve coal.
They all fucking deserve coal, honestly. Anyway. I thought it was funny though when Santa does when they get on the ground and Santa Claus Santa shows up and he's like, I can't see him. It reminded me when I'm at a concert and I literally cannot see from the back because I'm short, so that's fun. And then this sequence happens where like the bell flies off in the air and it kind of lands on the ground, which is fine, but why did you have to slow down the music like that?
Yeah, I think they were trying to be dramatic because
I know, but you didn't have to slow the music down. You could have just muted the music or something. But they had to like Merry,
which is like is creepy.
It was just creepy as fuck. I didn't like it. Yeah. So it's some Christmas horror movie. You didn't have to do that for him to pick up the damn bell. You didn't have to do that. But
yeah.
But I do like the idea of the bell jingling, where like you can't hear it unless you really believe, right? So he can't just like say he believes. He has to actually like feel it in his soul. And he does. Like, the motherfucker believes.
He believes.
Took him this long to believe. And then Santa pops out. He's like, what's up, baby? Take me out to dinner.
Yeah, so he chooses him. But also, but before he chooses him, he's like, hey, glasses dude, stop. You're doing too much and I don't like it.
Dude, but I thought it was so fucking funny, though, so he was going through all these kids telling them what they should do or whatever. All he tells Billy is, oh, you made friends. You know, that's the best gift of all, gift of friendship. Billy's like, and that's it.
Billy's like, I want a present.
I know, I want a present. Like,
I don't care about these guys.
Santa did not give a fuck about this kid and his personality. I was like, damn, I kind of
He said he doesn't have a personality. This is the best I can give you.
I feel kind of bad for the kid. Like, fuck. Anywho. Yeah, but none of that matters because it's Hero's Boy's turn with Santa. And he's going to be the one to get the first gift of Christmas.
He gets the gift.
So he gets the bell.
Yeah, he asks for a bell of all things. Well, I mean, like, stay humble, though.
Yeah,
you know?
He's humble. You gotta admit. At least he wasn't like, I want a PS5 or something.
I want a horse.
I want a horse. Yeah, I want a pony. Fuck your pony. Anyway, he does get the bell from Santa, because that bell is going to be the reminder that the Christmas spirit will always come from within him in his heart.
Reminded to believe.
You just gotta believe. Yes. But of course, he has to be a don't fuck.
And he loses
the bell
it.
in his ripped fucking pocket.
And he loses it.
He loses the damn.
And now
bell.
Yeah, so now what are the odds of him actually remembering any of this?
Yeah, I mean, you don't know. I mean, you get before this happens, Steven Tyler fucking randomly singing this movie. So right now, real quick. Oh wait, what are you gonna say?
That guy, I feel like they used the same character model as they used for Bones in Monster House. Same thing, same face, same terrifying face.
This is actually the same technology that they use for that too.
I figured.
But the thing with Monster House is it's creepy, but that movie's creepy.
But it fits because it's a Halloween movie.
It's a Halloween movie.
It's a Christmas movie.
And even honestly, kind of a Christmas Carol, I think it kind of fits because that story is kind of creepy. It's dark. It's a dark story on its own.
But this
is supposed to be like a childlike wonder story.
It's not supposed to be like this. But it is.
So anyway, so I wanted to get real into quick of what my interpretation of whether he's dreaming or whatever.
Gotcha.
I especially like kind of finalize this in my head when Santa's flying away and then Billy Dewey is questioning if it's a dream and the hero boy is like, no, I think it is a dream. And I'm gonna say why. Because I will say though, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether it's a dream or not. Because what he feels is real.
Yes.
And as long as the Christmas spirit lives on in his heart, like Santa told him to do, then it's real no matter what. Whether it's a dream or not,
true.
He's gonna feel that real thing. The evidence that I knew it was a dream was when Steven Tyler started singing. I was like, yeah, it's a fucking dream. Of course,
it's a dream. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
But they do get on the train. Like I said, he punches their ticket and like the words or whatever lesson they learned from that whole thing and whatever. And then the hero boy, he lost his bell. And honestly, I felt kind of.
Feel a little sad about it
because he lost his bell.
He is so sad about it.
Yeah.
In the train, you just see it in his face.
I guess because you see at the beginning how like kind of cynical he is about not believing. Now he does believe. It's like
he's like, man, yeah. But now I lost my bell.
Now he lost his bell. Yeah. But maybe the bell isn't what's important. It's because the bell's just a symbol, right?
It's a symbol.
It's what he believes.
It's what he believes.
That matters.
Yes.
So he'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
And then the glasses dude, of course, do nothing to absolutely fucking help. He's like, "Ah, that's too bad." Really? Like, motherfucker, you're not helping. And then he's like, "It's the thought that counts."
It's the thought that counts.
I was like, "Shut the fuck." And then Billy, motherfucker, gets home. Dewey. I gotta say his name. I gotta roll off my tongue naturally. Dewey. Okay. Dewey gets off the train. He gets home and the gift's basically already there. I'm telling you, did not have to wait that long, Billy. Dewey
comes.
Whatever.
He comes running back out of the house. Whatever. He's like, "Hey guys, can you believe this is a gift?"
He's got the gift. So hey.
Yeah.
And then I figured it was a dream because then he gets up and he rips the robe. It's like, oh, did he not rip it?
Did he not do it before?
He never ripped it. Wow. But like I said, him dreaming or not doesn't really matter. He believes it now. So he gets the bell and he hears it because he believes it. So that's very sweet as a gift because Santa brought it back to him.
He brought it back to him.
He lost it. And then his parents are like, oh, the bell. They don't hear nothing.
Like, oh, it's broken. Sorry, sweetie.
Trash.
They don't believe.
You motherfuckers don't believe.
Wow.
And then the narration, which I do like the narration that this ends with. It ends with him saying that most of his friends, as they went on over time, they don't hear the sound anymore. And then even his sister doesn't hear the sound anymore. But he grew old and he still managed to hear the sound.
Because he believed.
And on top of that, if you did not get the message of the movie by then,
the hobo ghost was the angel.
That was not where I was going to go with it.
Okay,
but,
fine. Sorry. Thought that was the main takeaway of this movie.
Right. They end with a song called Believe. Amazing fucking song, I will say. I love the song. I remember listening to this when I was younger, actually. It's like a Christmas song, like all the time.
It's a bop.
It's a bop. It should have been an Academy Award winning song.
But it's not.
But it's not. And that's the Polar Express.
That is the most terrifying Christmas movie to ever exist.
The most unintentional horror movie for Christmas ever.
No reason at all.
Okay. So, what are your final thoughts, though?
So, my final thoughts. Terrifying. But I will give it up for Tom Hanks. He did a wonderful job. I will admit that.
When does he ever not do a great job?
That's true. I love that man.
One of our best actors.
Truly is. But all in all, terrifying.
Do you remember when him and his wife got COVID and people thought he was gonna die?
That was the scariest moment in America.
It was honestly very scary because that was the beginning of the pandemic when we didn't know how serious it was.
And we were all like, "No, Tom Hanks."
We thought it was like his death sentence.
we were like, "Please take anyone else, but not him."
But he's fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He's good now.
He's good. Cool. No big deal. But anyway, that was a very interesting time in history when everyone who got COVID thought we were like
Yeah. I was in Houston and it was like, I got the news both at the time where it was like, the NBA was like done for the season and Tom Hanks, and I was going through it. I was like, I can't handle
NBA
this.
For me, that was like the first big thing for me because
What happened the same night?
Yeah, because that game where like it shut down because of the player, like I was watching that game.
Yeah.
Well, technically I didn't watch it because it never started, but I was watching the broadcast.
I know, I was like, I can't handle this right now. This is too much going on.
Anyways.
But, yeah.
But Tom Hanks, wonderful actor. Great performance. Mm-hmm. What else you got?
Boring. I didn't like it. Hated it then, hate it now. Piece of shit movie. Merry Christmas. I am Scrooge.
I will say, I think a lot of my enjoyment of the movie is the nostalgia. And I think that's why I'm going to go with this score rather than one that's lower, even though I'm kind of like in that range. But I think the nostalgia ultimately carries over, and it does feel like Christmas when I watch it. And I think that's the most important thing for me is that it gives me that Christmas vibe. It's not going to be the Christmas movie I go to at all. I'm still going to go to Home Alone, which we just talked about. I'm still going to go to Elf. I'm still going to go to the Grinch, you know what I mean?
The Grinch.
But there is a lot that I do have an issue with. I think the story here is not very interesting. I think these characters are not interesting. The animation style does have that kind of
no reason.
Hits too close to home. Reason. You know what I mean? Like it's just not. No. But there is, I think, just enough ambition here and enough of the Christmas spirit here. And like I said, I think a lot of it is the nostalgia. I admit that. Yeah. But even with that, I'm not giving it like a very high rating or anything like that. Okay, but good. Did you want me to give my score?
Yeah, you go ahead and go first.
I'm gonna give it. It's just gets to a 6 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
Okay. Honestly, after the conversation, I was kind of teetering on the 5. But like I don't know. To me, I guess because I watched this, it's kind of I can't not give it giving it a 5 kind of like would be doing a disservice to my childhood.
Yeah.
So, but for you hated it from when you were a kid, so you just you can give your.
So rating. I came into this ready to give it a 5.
That's actually pretty high.
Yeah. I am now ending it with a 4. So I came out of this hating this movie more.
I honestly was expecting like a 2.
Yeah. I don't like this
But
movie.
I think a 4. See, but I think that makes more sense. If we would both given it 5s, that would have been very strange.
Yeah, it wouldn't have made sense.
We would have been on very opposite ends of a 5.
Yeah.
So you know what? A 6 and a 4, I think we'll take that.
Yeah.
That's good.
So that is...
All right. Well, that's the
Polar Express.
That's actually pretty fun to talk about. Because I honestly thought, like I said, I didn't think you were gonna love this, but like I did not know you did not like this movie, so that was very interesting. Yeah. But definitely fun. Okay. Well, good thing is
next
week we both love this movie.
I adore this movie. This is my go-to Christmas movie, my all-time favorite. It is Elf.
We are definitely gonna do. There's no way we can do a Christmas
and not do
Elf.
Yeah.
So we did my go-to Christmas movie, Home Alone. We're doing hers with Elf. I mean, like it's Elf. Pretty much to me is like my number 2 go-to. Like this movie, yeah. And we'll get into all that next week. We are on every single audio streaming platform. So if you listen to us on Spotify, on Apple, continue on us there. If you're listening on Apple, leave us a 5-star review. Or, please. Oh, actually,
Estrellas.
Just 5 stars. Let us know what you think of the show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, In a Wider Screen Podcast. You can like, comment, subscribe, share, unsubscribe, and then subscribe again. Do whatever you got to do.
Yeah.
Join us on there. And then Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. We're all In a Wider Screen. Social medias. Follow us on there.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are we at the point where we can officially call our followers a cult? Or, I guess, is it still too soon to call?
Wait till we get to 2022.
Gotcha.
And then we'll make that determination.
All right.
Speaking of that, though, this is actually our final in-person episode of the year. I'm going to be out of town for the rest of the year.
Yep.
Until the new year. So the episodes for the rest of the month are going to be Zoomed. But we got through the year in person. We didn't kill each other. You know?
It's still up in the air. We still have the rest of the night.
Well, I'm talking about at least on the episode in studio.
On air? Yeah.
No, on air. We're good.
Yeah.
So yeah, buddy, we made it this far, and hopefully the next time we come back in person for an episode will be even better.
Yeah.
So, actually, what are we doing? Fisting. Cheers.
Cheers.
All
right. We might end up posting some exclusive content.
Oh yes, we do have some other. Yeah, it might not be the last In a Wider Screen video. Like on the channel, but for us in person,
you might get something.
We might do something
if we remember.
If we remember to do it, we actually aren't lazy.
Yeah.
But this is our last in-person episode, so if y'all are watching and listening, thank y'all so much, And we'll see y'all next time.
Bye.